Hello everyone, welcome to LUKMAAN IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu analysis of 16th December 2020. So let us see which are the important articles in today's The Hindu newspaper. So not many articles relevant to our examination. So these articles on page number 6 we will discuss them for mains purpose. First article on page number 6, context of the article, recent Punjab Haryana farmers protest that is going on along the Punjab Haryana border, Delhi Haryana border. So the article is discussing what are the issues faced by the farmers of Punjab and Haryana and giving some innovative solution, way forward, sustainable solution, we can say that, and that becomes important for your essay paper as well as GS3 paper, and those who are having geography optional, they can expect question on this topic also. Okay, so need to look beyond MSP, so long term solution, we can say that. So before that, before solution, we need to understand the background of Punjab and Haryana region in agriculture sector. The region comprising Punjab and Haryana and Western UP was early adopter of Green Revolution technology. The package of technology and policy produced a quick results which enabled India to move from a country facing severe shortage of staple food to becoming a nation close to self-sufficiency in just 15 years. So we can understand that we were facing a severe food insecurity in 1960s, the early 1960s, we can say that, and therefore after that through the technology package and policy initiatives or policy support by the government, we can say that especially we subsidized fertilizers or power subsidies and all these things especially given to these states, and they adopted this technology or package very early, and the results were phenomenal here. The procurement of marketed surplus of paddy and wheat at MSP completely insulated farmers against any price or market risk. Okay, it ensured that the reasonably stable flow of income from the two crops, paddy and wheat cultivation, paddy during Kharif and wheat during Rabi season. Over the time, technological advantage of rice and wheat over other competing crops further increased as public sector agriculture research and development allocated their best resources and scientific manpower to these two crops. Okay, so further high yielding varieties and all these things research were done in rice and wheat only. So other public and private investment in water and land and other input subsidies were provided, favorable factors. So wheat in Rabi and paddy in Kharif turn out to be the best in terms of productivity, income, price and yield risk and ease of cultivation among the odd field crops like cereals, pulses and oil seeds in that region. And this became the typical cropping system or cropping pattern of that region. Okay. So now we'll understand that what attracts farmers to rice and wheat crops in that region. High productivity, assured MSP which is often above the market price, free power, fertilizer subsidy underline the high income per unit area for wheat and paddy cultivation. Along with that, land labor ratio is very favorable in Punjab when compared to other states. Okay, why farmers are concerned then at present? With the productivity of rice and wheat reaching to plateau, there is pressure to seek increase in MSP to increase income. Okay, so productivity जो है वो अभी plateau हो रहा है, यानी कि जो है stable हो रहा है, constant हो रहा है, बढ़ नहीं रहा है. However, demand and supply do not favor in increase of MSP in real terms. In India, per capita intake of rice and wheat is declining and consumers' preference is shifting towards other foods and beverages. ठीक है, तो ये एक concern है यहाँ पे. On the supply side, the rice production is rising at the 14% per year in Madhya Pradesh, 10% in Jharkhand, 7% in Bihar. Now the advantage of rice production is shifting towards eastern states, we can say that. The implication of all these changes is that farmers in the region will find it difficult to increase their income from rice wheat cultivation, and they must be provided with alternate choices. So procurement of almost entire market arrivals of rice and wheat at MSP for more than 50 years now has affected the entrepreneurship skills of farmers to sell their produce in a competitive market where prices are determined by demand and supply and competition. Now this is very innovative point here, that those farmers in Punjab and Haryana are very much accustomed to this MSP system. They do not know how to, let's say, optimize the price or sell their produce at optimum, let's say, price in the market, okay, where the demand and supply dynamics is at work. And therefore, what we can understand here, they do not have entrepreneurial skill in that sphere here. At the same time, there are some environmental concerns. Biggest casualty of paddy cultivation and the policy of free power for pumping out groundwater for irrigation is depletion of groundwater resources. This is one environmental concern first. And second is burning of paddy stubble, जो हमने अभी भी discuss किया है कुछ दिन पहले. And straw became another serious environmental and health hazard in the whole region. We can see that how air pollution in Delhi and NCR increases because of this. Other concerns, to provide attractive employment to rural youth. This has been one of the challenge, because what happens is whatever the farm labor is there in Punjab and Haryana, that is somehow imported from Bihar and UP region. And because of that, what happens is the young generations in Punjab and Haryana not interested in farm labor, doing farm labor. They are interested in non-farm activities. They want to have, let's say, job in industries, or we can say white collar jobs. तो वहाँ पे जो है jobs कम है, and we can understand that because of that there is states needs to have large scale private investment in modern industry, services, commerce besides agriculture. Now this should be the way forward here, that solution to the ecological, environmental and economic challenges facing agriculture in traditional green revolution state is not legalizing MSP, but shift from MSP crops to high value crops in the promotion of non-farm activities. This should be the way forward. Okay, so high value crops like horticulture crops. Okay, and they should be provided some marketing mechanism and training in that part. So farmers group or farm producer groups जो होते हैं organizations, they will be very beneficial in these aspects, we can say that. Fine. So take input from this article. GS3 essay paper, geography optional. From a digital India to digital Bharat, again page number 6, the article is talking about the significance of PM1 scheme that has been recently launched to augment the digital technology for economic development, especially of rural areas. Okay, so what the article is talking about, let us try to understand. So significance of PM1 and some concerns also we will discuss here related to that scheme. So yes, recently what is the potential and reality in terms of augmenting digital technology for economy? Niti Aayog Chief Executive Officer recently had said that India can create $1 trillion of economic value using digital technology by 2025. Use this fact data in your answer. Very good. Let's say that is directly given by CEO of Niti Aayog. However, as per the latest TRAI data, about 54% of India's population has access to internet. Use this latest data in your answers. Many students are found to use like 2019, 2018 report data in their answers, essays. They should update their data in their notes. India Internet 2019 report shows that rural India has half the internet penetration as urban. This is also, this shows the rural urban disparity. You use that fact also. PM1 scheme has 3 important actors. Earlier also we discussed about all the responsibilities of these 3 we can say actors here. Public data office जो है, public data office aggregators होते हैं, and then app providers, and also there will be central registry. So we have discussed already what is PM1 scheme, so we will not go into details of that. But what are the 2 important pillars of providing public Wi-Fi? So first is interoperability, where the users will be required to log in only once and stay connected across access point. And second is multiple payment option, online as well as offline. So there will be more access to broadband connectivity. So it has potential to augment rural connectivity also. PM1 has potential to change the fortunes of BharatNet. Now BharatNet's envisions broadband connectivity in all villages. It seeks to connect all village panchayats in the country. 2.5 lakh village panchayats around. So it wants to seeks to connect through broadband connectivity. ठीक है, तो भारत नेट जो स्कीम है, so though it is delayed, but yes, this PM1 scheme can let's say augment this connectivity that has been done through BharatNet. What are the concerns? Two important concerns of security and privacy. You can use this study data, large scale study conducted of public Wi-Fi hotspot in 15 airports across the US, Germany, Australia and India also discovered that 2/3 of the users leak private information while accessing the internet. At the same time, further TRI report recommends that community interest data should be stored locally, raising the questions about data protection in the scenario that where a country does not have at present data protection law in place. So in conclusion, we can say that PM1 is a game changer because it has potential to move digital India to digital Bharat. Why it is said that digital India is generally said in urban concept or urban context, we can say. In digital Bharat, you can say that rural India, where at present there is a very low internet penetration, and therefore digital Bharat means we can augment the rural economy and let's say contribution of rural economy in overall economic growth and development of country. Okay, so again this can be a direct question on the scheme, we can say like this: discuss the potential of PM1 scheme to reap the economic benefits of digital technology. Okay, or there can be essay on digital technology. We can expect the essay nowadays on digital technology, online education and all these things are going on already due to lockdown and COVID pandemic. So this can be again asked, or you can use directly yourself PM1 scheme. And lastly, some important data that is given on page number 7 here regarding women empowerment, their financial independence and let's say specific rights, whether they have improved generally across many states. So let us try to understand what are the indicators here. First, spousal violence or domestic violence, we can say that in Karnataka about 45% experienced spousal violence in 2019-20, highest such share among the states analyzed. So child marriage, over 40% women aged 20 to 24 had married before 18 in Bihar and West Bengal. You can use these facts. Bank accounts in Karnataka, about 89% of women had bank account, highest such share. Okay. So and mobile phone usage, so more percentage of women owned and used mobile phones in 2019-20 as compared to 2015-16. So we can say that it has increased. So use this data and how it let's say helps in women empowerment and shows financial independence. Along with that, you can talk about how the domestic violence has increased during lockdown period. There can be question in GS1 also, impact of lockdown, stay home let's say guidelines of the government on Indian society. One of that is the domestic violence, increase in domestic violence cases. So National Commission of Women, you can use data, NCRB data and this data also. Fine, yes. So these were important articles from today's The Hindu newspaper. For further information on editorial discussion classes or ED classes, wherein in-depth analysis of mains related articles and issues is done by Ansari Sir and team, you can contact LUKMAAN IAS. Thank you.